What's up, guys? Jordan here from Show Me Vegas. It's April 2024. A couple of months ago, I posted a poll on our Facebook page asking you guys which of 3 Caesars properties you'd like me to stay at on my next solo trip. Well, here I am, and the hotel right behind me is the one that won that poll by just the narrowest of margins. Welcome to the Cromwell. Alright, so I'm all checked in here at the Cromwell, and if you're not familiar with this hotel, this is a boutique hotel here on the Las Vegas Strip. Only 188 hotel rooms here. Now, this property is owned and operated by Caesars Entertainment. It first opened as the Barbary Coast way back in 1979, but it's been known as the Cromwell for almost 10 years now. Now, my first impression of this room, if you can't tell, is it's a little bit dark. As a matter of fact, the room tour is probably going to have to wait until tomorrow, which is okay because I'm getting kind of a late start on this one. It's already almost 8:30 and I haven't had dinner, so I'm pretty hungry. There's only one sit-down restaurant here at this hotel, and since this is a Caesars property, you're probably not surprised to find out that it's a celebrity chef restaurant. It's Giada's by Giada de Laurentiis. Ashton and I have been pretty interested in Giada's for quite some time now, so I'm going to go check it out. Alright, so I made it in here to Giada about 8:45 on a Wednesday night, and I gotta say it's pretty busy for it being this late on a weeknight. The atmosphere in here is really nice. The lighting is just perfect. It's dim without being too dim, and if you're familiar with the location of this restaurant, it's right on the corner of the building, looking out over the intersection of Flamingo Road and Las Vegas Boulevard. You've got Caesars right across the street, Horseshoe that way. If I'm not mistaken, to make a reservation for a window table, you do have to pay an additional charge. I'll look into that, and maybe I can fill you in with those details later. As for now, I've had a chance to look at the menu, and everything looks terrific. I didn't realize how hungry I was until I got here. They've got everything from meats and seafood to all handmade pastas. I decided eventually to go with Giada's signature lemon spaghetti because I figured if you're coming to a celebrity chef restaurant, you better get the signature item. Also, dining alone, I prefer to sit at the bar, and if you're going to sit at the bar, you probably ought to get a cocktail. I got the Destroyer. This is tequila, tangerine juice, and basil. Heavy on the tequila. I don't taste the basil yet, but we'll get there. Alright, I put my food order in and the food was out in like 6 or 7 minutes tops. Wait till you see this. That is an absolutely beautiful plate. Just 2 shrimp, but they are huge, so I almost don't want to cut into it because it's so pretty. Lots of butter, and the lemon flavor does very much come across. That's really good. And that's a fantastic shrimp. It comes with extra sauce on the side. Honestly, I don't think it actually needs it, but what would this video be without a super slow-mo sauce pouring clip? Yeah, let's do that, and then I'm going to turn off the camera and eat. Well, I made quick work of that, and that was actually pretty delicious. I get the Clean Plate Award tonight. I'm not going to lie, I could have eaten more, so I guess I will have a look at the dessert menu. I'm not normally a dessert guy, but like I said, I could eat a little bit more, and this whole experience has been so quick. I haven't even finished half my cocktail yet, so I'm not quite ready to leave. I just ordered the cannoli cheesecake. This looks terrific. There's a little cannoli on top. Pretty happy with my decision. Not going to change your life, but it's good dessert, especially when you're still a little bit hungry. Well, that was pretty good. Ashton and I are going to have to come back here for sure. There was a lot on that menu I didn't get to try, and I really would like to. The atmosphere was really cool, too. And the prices, celebrity chef prices, not that much more expensive, if any, than all the other restaurants up and down the strip. All right, it's pretty late, but this is a small property, and I bet we can cover the entire thing in one night. Let's go see what there is to do here. For a small casino floor, I've got to say this is one of my favorites because I love the decor in here. The chandeliers, the red and gold, it's just super classy looking. A far cry from a lot of the other Caesars properties, especially on this side of the strip. Now the front doors here at Cromwell are on the back side. That's the east side. Just inside the front doors, you'll find a small lobby, and then across from that, the hotel's gift shop called Curios. They had these over at Caesar's Palace as well, and we want one so bad because we have two Frenchies at home, but that $285 price tag's kind of scaring me off. Just past that shop to the right is a small sports book. Small property, small sports book, but it is really nice. Plush leather seating, high definition screens, cool place to watch sports if you're staying here. Right behind the sports book is one of two cocktail lounges here at the Cromwell. This one's called Bound Bar. Totally quiet now, but it was pretty busy earlier this evening. Again, this is a Wednesday night. Surprisingly, for such a small casino, there is a high-limit gaming area. The casino overall is only about 40,000 square feet, but this is a pretty nice little high-limit room. Games are tightly packed in here. The slot selection is actually pretty good here. They have all your flashy new games, but they also have a handful of the throwbacks, the old real-style slots and the old-school video poker. You'll find those here as well. Go toward the back of the property if that's what you're looking for. Of course, pretty famous here at the Cromwell is Dre's Beach Club on the roof and Dre's Nightclub. That's actually downstairs. Closer to the front of the property is the other cocktail lounge I was talking about. This one's called Interlude. This is the table pit toward the back of the property. I've only seen this one ever being used during the weekends, sometimes not even then. The one at the front of the property is always open. The table games here at Cromwell are pretty busy for a weeknight. Now I just did a flyby, $15 minimums across the board. All the poker variants, blackjack, roulette, craps, all of them $15. I do have some bad news when it comes to roulette. They used to be known for their single zero roulette here at Cromwell. It does not appear to be the case anymore. There was one double zero roulette table and it's closed. The two that were open, triple zero. Up here just inside the Flamingo entrance is Eat Well. That's the only place other than Giada to get food here at the Cromwell. This is a grab and go type place. They've got pastries, coffee in the morning, also have sandwiches and small bites in the evening and afternoon. Closed right now, but it'll be open in the morning. All right, that's pretty much all there is to see here. Time for me to try my luck. I'll let you know if I win anything, but I usually don't. Good morning from Cromwell. As you can see, the sun is up, and I promised a room tour when there was a little bit better lighting in this room. The lighting is different now, but I'm still not going to say that it's good. I did promise to give you an update on gambling last night if I won anything, and I actually did. I went to bed last night up $200 thanks to those old school real style slot machines I told you about last night. Anytime I see those, I play them because I know they're not long for this world. A lot of the casinos don't even have them anymore. I played 3 different slot machines and some free bet blackjack last night, and I was just kind of treading water until I decided to finish the night at one of those old school machines. And on a $2 bet, I hit a $270 line hit. And I'm going to take that money and run from the Cromwell because it's not all that often you can leave a hotel saying that you're up. All right, like I said, there's a little bit more light in this room, so let's get into the room tour. rooms here at Cromwell are pretty small. They check in at just 360 square feet, but for that small size, they do offer quite a bit. I love the seating in here with this couch in the corner and a purple wingback chair over in the other corner. I like what they're trying to do with the decor in here. It's modeled supposedly after a Parisian style apartment, and it certainly does feel more like an apartment than a hotel room. The king-size bed is a pillow top and it was super comfortable. The sheets and pillows were great as well. Didn't sleep all that well, but that's a story for later on in the video. Another thing I'll say about the bed is from a decor standpoint, I love the way it's high up off the floor. It just gives that more luxury feel. The other thing I love about this room is the hardwood. I wish more hotel rooms would go away from carpet and do hardwoods and laminates. This is an actual hardwood floor. Not only is it beautiful, it gives you a sense that the floor is more clean than that sticky carpet you find in even some higher end hotel rooms. Now the nightstands on either side of the bed are pretty neat. They're modeled after old steamer trunk style furniture. Each has a drawer, but I will say for a hotel that was last remodeled in 2014, pretty surprising not to find a single USB port in this entire room. At the foot of the bed you've got this big dresser, again modeled after that steamer trunk feel. I love the way this 55-inch TV is wrapped in a black frame. It makes it look more like a piece of art than a TV. You do have a mini bar in this room, but no fridge for your own personal use. There is a Keurig machine on the countertop, but again, just like over at Caesars, I couldn't find any place at this property to buy K-Cups. So either bring your own or be prepared to spend $20 on the coffee kit. Now I will say we used one of those coffee kits over at Caesars, and it does contain 4 cups. So for $20, you are at least getting 4 cups of coffee. When you look at it that way, it's not too bad. Now there is no closet in this room, but they thought of that and put this huge armoire. It has 10 hangers, plenty of space to hang, 3 drawers, and several shelves to store your things. Over here by the window, there's a feature that Ashton really enjoyed when we stayed here in 2020. There's a vanity, and it also has some open shelves to store your things. Speaking of windows, here's the view from the north side of the Cromwell. This is on the 6th floor, and I've got a great view of the parking lot. No, that's not a balcony, that's just a faux railing, and these windows do not open. The bathrooms are separated from that makeup vanity area by a sliding barn door. The toilet is set in its own room, but there is not a door on that particular room. The single vanity has a nice big sink and a round mirror with backlights. And the walk-in shower is beautifully tiled. It does have a rainfall shower head as well as a wand and a bench seat. "10 years is a long time for a Las Vegas hotel room, and this room is pretty beat up. Let me show you some examples. Alright, that's a look around the room. I'm going to go downstairs, try to find myself some coffee and something to eat, and we'll come back upstairs and give you my overall thoughts about the Cromwell. Well, this is the only place, and the Cromwell website says this opens at 7 a.m., but it is nearly 8 and they still aren't open. So last night I was looking for vending machines. I just wanted a bottle of water, and I asked a kid who was sweeping the hall. Nice kid, but it was kind of a dude, where's your car kind of moment. I asked him about vending machines, and he said, there's a cake vending machine downstairs. I was on my way to the front desk to ask a question about pools, and I stumbled across the gym. Obviously not very big, but for a hotel with just 188 guests, this is all you need, and this is actually kind of nice. They've also got free bottles of water in here in the gym. I'm not saying you should, but you could stop in here anytime if you're a guest and just grab one of these. So So while they did appear to be getting ready to open Eat Well at about 8 o'clock this morning, I could tell they hadn't even started brewing the coffee yet, so I decided to just walk next door to Flamingo, go to Starbucks. You can imagine how that went. But coffee in hand, and this experience plays into one of my overall thoughts about the Cromwell, so let's get back upstairs and go over the pros and cons of staying at Cromwell. All right, it's nearly checkout time, so it's time to give you my overall thoughts about the Cromwell. And this hotel is kind of an enigma because one of the pros is also a con. I'll explain. This hotel to me is conveniently inconvenient. Pro number one, the location is phenomenal here. This is dead center strip. You cannot get a better location than this at the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Flamingo Road. You are in the center of the action. From some of these rooms you can see the Bellagio fountains, from others you can see Caesar's Palace. Doesn't get any more dead center than that, and whenever you leave this hotel, you are within walking distance of almost anything on the strip. Kind of a pro 1A is because this hotel is so small, it's easy to get in and out of. You can get to your room in a matter of just a few seconds. That makes it easy to take advantage of that great location. Pro number two, I love the casino here and I love the decor. I love the vibe. I've always enjoyed walking in and out of this property as I go up and down the strip. Ashton and I have stopped in here to gamble numerous times and just soak up the environment. The boutique hotel vibe is very apparent in the casino. While it's not a big casino, it is actually pretty big for such a small hotel, and they do have a pretty good selection of games. Like I said, win or lose, I've always enjoyed playing in here, and it didn't hurt that last night I won. But that is about where the pros stop for me. So let's talk about the cons. I said it's conveniently inconvenient. What I mean by that is even though you're in a great location and it's small and easy to get in and out of, for most of your amenities you're going to have to leave this property. There's only one restaurant in Giada. There is a small food stop downstairs called Eat Well, but as I found out, the hours that they publicize are not accurate, and I couldn't even get a cup of coffee here this morning when I wanted one, which is kind of ridiculous because it was 8 o'clock in the morning. So for most of your needs, you're going to have to leave this property and go somewhere else to do it. Again, the location is great, so you can get to those other places relatively easily, but if you're looking for a hotel that has a lot of amenities, this isn't it. Along those lines, the pool on the rooftop is actually Dre's Beach Club. Now, I was told by the front desk agent that guests are allowed to use that pool during the day. Currently, at the beginning of April, it's only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Later on in the summer, it will be open 7 days a week. However, you do have access to the pools over at Caesar's Palace and the pools at Flamingo if you're a guest here at Cromwell. That access is good all season long. So while that is a nice amenity, again, it's not the best to have to get dressed up in your swimming attire and go all the way across the street to the back of Caesar's Palace or next door to Flamingo and go back to their pools, and then come all the way back over here to Cromwell when you're tired, wet, and maybe sunburned. Con number two, I don't think this is a very good value. Now, I stayed here on a Wednesday night and my rate was actually $53, but there's also a $49.95 resort fee on top of that, plus tax. All in, I think I paid about $114 to stay here last night during the week. Weekdays can be like that, although they're usually a little more expensive. I got the Caesars Rewards discount. It wasn't a comp by any means, but I did get a discounted room. During the week, you can usually get this hotel for about $100. On the weekends, however, sometimes this room can go for upwards of $400 and $500. Looking at the rate calendar, I'd say the average is in the $300 a night range plus resort fee. To me, that's too much for this room. Forget shabby chic, this room in a lot of ways is just shabby. For a boutique hotel that's supposed to be a luxury property, this is not a luxurious experience. I think they're very close to hitting on that. I love the decor and I like what they're trying to do, but I don't think it's been executed. And maybe that's just because these rooms are now 10 years old and quite frankly are in need of a refresh. Finally, the last con goes back to this hotel being conveniently inconvenient. Because it is so Central Strip, it is loud here. I mentioned I didn't sleep very well, and it wasn't because of the bed, it was because of the noise coming through that window. Now, I'm on the north side of the property facing Flamingo. The other side of the building actually faces Flamingo Road and the intersection of Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. That side is considerably louder, but I had loud music coming through. The building is only 8 stories tall, so no matter what floor you're on, the noise from the street level comes in and it comes right through these old windows, and good luck getting any peace and quiet until at least 2 a.m. So there you have it. That's what it's like to stay at the Cromwell in 2024, at least according to me. Again, I like what they're trying to do here, and I think Ashton and I will continue to visit this property. We'll probably even come back and eat at Giada again together because I like that restaurant quite a bit. I love the casino floor and I'll continue to gamble here, but I think I'm done staying here at the Cromwell at least until these rooms get a refresh. Hey, that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Check out all the other hotel reviews and walkthroughs we've got on the channel. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you get notified anytime we drop new content. I've got to be moving on, and we'll see you in that next video because there's always more for us to show you on Show Me Vegas.